1976, they called me from Westminster Presbyterian Church down here in Grand Rapids and invited me to come as their interim minister of music, and saying they're looking for somebody, and maybe that I could fill the bill for a year. They had never had a woman organist choir director, and it was past 50 years. And so when I was hired as an interim, it was with fear and trepidation, I think, that they're getting a woman in this job. But the fact that I lasted 22 years, I think I bulldozed the road for some other women. I just love to see people develop, you know, people who think they have no talent, they don't belong in music, particularly singing. I think a skill on the keyboard is a little tougher. But in singing, you know, you hear so many times people say, oh, I can't sing. And every job I've ever been in, I always say, well, give me the honor to try to teach you, because that's what I'm hired for. All in all, I've taught in 3 churches in Puerto Rico, 2 high schools, 2 middle schools, 3 elementary schools. I used to be the accompanist for the Grand Rapids Chamber Choir, and I was also the first accompanist for the Grand Rapids Symphonic Choir, way back in 1963, I believe, when Al Smith from Grand Rapids Community College was the director of music down there. So I felt that way I was being able to contribute something through the chamber choir and the symphonic choir to the community. I told somebody the other day, if I ever get my health totally back, I'll go back to work, because I do miss it, and I miss the camaraderie with people, both children and adults. At one time at Westminster, I had probably 350 people singing, and my youngest was 4, my oldest was 95, and there was a choir for everybody. And I guess my big thing was, when I was in Florida last year, one of my first students in Grand Rapids, who is now 56, sang the soprano solos in the Mozart Requiem, and that was quite an honor to see her do that. I feel very privileged to be honored with this award, because I do know that Grand Rapids is full of artists of all kinds. And I guess the joke, when the girl called me and told me that I had won, I said to her, you mean they're taking an almost 70-year-old woman who's been sick on a cane and not working anymore and giving them a tribute? I said, that is quite an honor. The hard work that I put into it, both at the churches and the school, always paid off for me anyway. It was a privilege to teach everybody I did, but this kind of brings it back to the foreground a little bit and reminds me of what I did.